Namaskar. Very warm welcome to all our viewers and learners in this live phone-in session of CIT and CRT. I am Renu Bhatt with you all, and you are watching us live on PMeVIDYA channel, channel number 3, and on our NCERT official YouTube channel as well. Dear learner, as you can see, I am accompanied by our sign language interpreter. Let's meet her. You are Miss Jyoti Gothal. Welcome, Jyoti. And dear learners and students, this is our special session of teaching learning intervention for inclusive classroom, where we try to enhance our knowledge towards inclusive classroom setups. And the topic that we are going to discuss today in this specific session is a beautiful poem, that is Train, and this poem is for 3rd standard English student. And we all love trains, don't we? But there would be so many students who doesn't know about the trains. For more details, we have our expert with us. Let's meet her. You are Dr. Anita Paul. You are lecturer in special education. You are from Kusumgiri Training Institute for Special Education, Kerala. Very warm welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for the hearty welcome. And can I switch over to the session?
Ma'am, we will begin this session, but let me give some certain information to all our viewers and learners in case they want to participate in this live phone-in session. Dear learners and students, you can call us in our telephone, in this live phone-in session. Our telephone number is 8800 440 559. Either you can drop a mail at our email address, that is dth.class3rd@ciet.nic.in. And in case you have joined us through our live streaming, that means you are on our YouTube channel, go to the live chat box and drop your comment out there. Our expert will be happy to answer all your queries and doubts. If you want to share your experience, feel free to connect to us. So ma'am, let's begin this session. And as we have already told our learners and viewers that the topic of this session is a poem, that is Trains. Right, ma'am? Please.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hello, everyone. Hello, dear students. Now, all of you, we all travel from place to place, from one place to another place, isn't it? So, how do we go about for running going from one place to another place? We use different modes of vehicles. And one of the most important vehicle in our life is a train. Without train, I am sure all of you, at least most of you, would have traveled by one train or the other. Now we have here a very beautiful poem called Trains by the poet, written by the poet James Tippett. Okay, he was an American educator. Educator means a teacher. Okay, and a poet. Poet means a person who writes a poem. Okay, now James Tippett, he was not only a poet but also a writer. He used to write for children's books, children's story books. He was very fond of children, so he used to write poems and books for children. Okay, today now in the PPT you can see different types of trains, and I'm sure most of you would have traveled in one of these trains. Okay, now let's go. Let's see some of the things. That is called the freight train, or the train that carries luggage from one. Luggage in the sense it carries mail, carries, you see the point, carries luggage to different places. Okay. Then here comes another train. This is a steam engine train. This train has a wheel coming up over, and it is there is an engine of the train. Then there are trains. These are connected. This is the train. The train says bye. Can you hear? Yes. fast, right?
Ma'am, actually, we were not able to hear you properly because of the train noise. Right? Could you please repeat what you said during the video?
Okay, I'll repeat.
Ma'am, could you please stop the video? Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, we were not able to hear you properly during the video. Could you please repeat what you just said?
Because okay, I will lower the volume of the video.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ji. Ma'am, you were telling us something, right? About the trains?
Now can you hear me? Hello?
Ma'am, could you please stop the video and continue with your PPT?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, there are now you all of you saw different types of trains. Okay, in the video. Now we will go more into the different types of train and what the poet is saying about the trains in the poem. Okay. Before.
Yes, ma'am.
1 minute, something is happening.
Okay. Dear learners and viewers, this is our special session. This is our special session on trains. It's a beautiful poem. Yes, ma'am.
I will just stop share and come back to you.
Okay. And let me give some certain information to all our viewers again in case they want to participate in this live phone-in session with all your queries and doubts. Feel free to connect to us on our telephone number, that is 8800 and you can drop a mail at our email address, that is dth.class3rd@ciet.nic.in. And in case you have joined us through our live streaming, that means you are on our NCERT official YouTube channel. Go to the live chat box and drop your comment out there. Feel free to share your personal experience if you want to. And ma'am, can we be...
Yes, coming. Yeah.
Ma'am, in case...
okay, now is it visible?
Shall we continue, ma'am?
Yeah, is it visible?
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am. Ma'am?
1 minute, ma'am. I'm just getting back to you. Okay.
So, dear learners and students, we are talking about trains, and we all know how train is quite important for all of us. We all love trains, and most of us have traveled through train, and we all know that a train is quite important and very much
Ma'am, 1 second. Let me just log out and come back, okay? Things happen.
So, I guess there is some technical glitch, dear learners and students.
Can you see, ma'am, now?
Ma'am, please, can you make it full screen?
Yeah, it is made full screen now. Now?
No, ma'am, we are not able to see it.
Now it is full screen as you have told.
Can you, ma'am, please check again?
1 minute, ma'am. What happened this time?
Okay, ma'am. Meanwhile, I have a question. Could you please explain us what is an inclusive class learning environment, ma'am?
Inclusive class and learning environment. Inclusive class. First of all, what is an inclusive class? That is what we need to understand.
Right.
Inclusive class type is where the students from with diverse needs can learn together. That the children who can learn very well, at a genius level, at at a very above average level, at an average level, at a below average level, and also children with various challenging needs, such as children with autism, cerebral palsy, multiple disability, hearing impaired, visual impact, learning disability, children from low socioeconomic status, and also these are the diverse low learners. So when this is what an inclusive classroom means. So the diverse needs of each of these children will differ. The needs of children with what is a genius, above average, below average, and below average in the sense I meant this borderline. Then we can almost adjust and do as per the regular syllabus. But those with now hearing impact, visual impact, specific learning disability, intellectual disability, cerebral palsy, we have to use instructional techniques which are a little different from the regular classroom techniques. Okay, so here that is why in this poem can be easily read out and easily read, just explained like that. Most of the students, most of the students, but there are children who need special attention, who need to get things into, who needs time to get things into that and grasp things. They may grasp a little slower than the other. So that is why we have taken efforts to put so one of the method is using a lot of audio visual aids or teaching learning materials in the form of pictures, in the form of video, and all in the form of asking questions and simple questions in between. And then another learning environment is I think that I can come to that later, is it?
Yes, ma'am, please. Okay. Can we please start the poem, ma'am?
Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we have, now we were speaking about train. Now trains, what is the first thing that a train needs is an engine. Now we have a steam engine. Can you see the steam going on? Then we have an electric engine. Then as I told you, we have a freight engine. Okay. Freight engine means trains that carry goods. Okay. So this is the engine. Now here we have different, now the train, the engines. This is a electric engine. The electric engine is attached to several bogies. Similarly, the steam engine is also attached to several bogies. In these bogies, this is a passenger which carries passengers, people, persons, children, school-going children, luggage, everything from one place to another place. Okay. Then we also have in cities, we have metro trains, okay, which goes at a high speed, and it carries people from to their destination, from their residence, from far places. Then we have freight trains which carries large goods from one place to another. Okay, now we will go to the poem that is written by our poet James S. Pittet. Trains. Oh, now I'll just read the poem to all of you. Okay. Over the mountains, over the plains, over the rivers, here comes the trains, carrying passengers, carrying mail, bringing their precious loads in without fail. Thousands of freight cars, all rushing on, through day and darkness, through dusk and dawn. Over the mountains, over the plains, over the rivers, here comes the train. This is the poem. Now we shall see the poem each stanza by stanza. What does the first stanza say? First stanza says, over the mountains. Where overs are, can you see in the picture? Now you know what are mountains. Mountains are a steep mold of, it is steep mold. Okay. So you have seen the Himalayan mountain. All of you are familiar with the Himalayan mountain. And so that it passes by or passes through the mountains. Okay. Then over the plains. In the next, over the plains means over the land. Just plain land or fields. Okay, that is the second picture. You can see there are both the sides. There are green fields, green paddy or green some other green field. Over through that the train passes over. Then train passes over rivers. Okay, here in this first picture, then the third picture, a train is passing over a bridge which is built over a river. And then here is a train which is where they have put on along the side of the river. Okay. So now what is the first paragraph here? Over the mountain, over the plains, over the river, here comes the train. All the trains pass through mountains, pass through plains, pass through rivers, and pass through rivers. Okay. Then what does the train do? The train carries passengers. See all the passengers in the second picture sitting on one uncle is taking a video sitting in the train. We all do that, isn't it? When we sit, when we go now, we have all of us have a mobile phone. So we take video when we are sitting inside the train. When we look out and see a beautiful scenery or a beautiful bird or a beautiful lake, then we take a picture. Then what does the goods train carries? Mail. All of you would have written, at least sent a greeting card to one of your friends. So what does the train do? The train carries the greeting card from which you have sent to your friend from your post office to your friend's post office, and from there the postman picks it up and gives it to your friend, who will be very happy. Then we will have a bringing the train also bringing the precious load. There here means bringing the passengers precious load. Now suppose we want to send you want to send Diwali, not Diwali sweet. You want to send a gift to your friend. Say what, a photograph of a scenery. If you want to send a photograph of a scenery to your friend where you are staying in Chennai, and if you want to send a greeting scenery to your friend in Delhi, then you can go give it to the post office and they'll send it through train. So the train will bring precious loads, bring the precious loads without fail. So train carrying passengers, carrying mail, bringing the precious loads in without fail. Okay. Then thousands of freight cars. Freight cars are nothing but goods, or it is freight cars are nothing but cars that take heavy loads. Heavy loads in the sense that we know that today we have a lot of different type of cars like a Hyundai, then BMW, and then we have a lot of different types of two-wheelers, that is bikes, then cycles, all that. This now we want, if we want a car that is made in Delhi, and if I want it here in Kerala, I can book it from Delhi and I will get it. The train will bring it to me and I will collect it from the railway station. So thousands of freight cars also all rushing on through day and darkness, through dusk and dawn. Now trains do not stop. Now suppose sometime we see, now the buses all will stop for some time during the night. Or sometimes the cars and all, if we have a car, we will not go out after 10:30. Sometimes we will go for a night train. But trains, many trains go on continuously through the sun. Can you see the second picture? It is going through the daytime. Then it is going, the third one here down is going to the darkness. It is full of dark, but yet the train is traveling. Then the train is going through dusk during sunrise and then dawn when the sun is setting. Okay, so thousands of freight trains all rushing on through the day and darkness, through dusk and dawn. Okay. Now we have the last stanza here, which says, over the mountains, over the plains, over the rivers, here comes the train. So this is the poem about trains. What does it say? Trains over the mountains, over the plains, over the rivers, here comes the train. Then what does it do? What does the train do? We'll go to the first train. And then carrying passengers. We saw how it carries passengers. So carrying passengers, bringing mail, bringing the precious load in without fail. Then thousands of red cars all rushing on through day and darkness, through dusk and dawn. That is during sunrise and sunset. Okay. Then over the mountains, over the plains, over the rivers, here comes the plain. Okay. Now all of you understood? Mountains are clearly put in this picture. They are all high, elevated, highly pointed triangle, almost in a triangle shape of over the years it has been gathered, muds have been gathered, heaped up, and they have formed a mountain. Then plain or plain land. Okay, rivers, you know what there is. You can see the train passing by a river. Plain river, stretch of water. Okay, here comes the train. Now all of you can once again go through the poem, read it carefully, and ask if you have any queries. You can ask me. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And before we move forward, let me ask you a simple question. I just wanted to know, ma'am, what are the prerequisites that need to be taken by the teacher while teaching children with diverse needs, ma'am?
Okay, children with diverse needs, as I told you, are children with challenging needs. Especially now, the common challenging needs that we come across are children with autism, because children with autism, now as per the CDC, that is Center for Disability Center, it says that 1 in 58, when this was about 6 months back when I read, the research says that 1 in 58 children are born to have children features with autism. Now, children with autism do need, very meticulous and very structured training. What they need, they are children who are, I'm not going to characteristics now, but they are children who are, they are children and persons who have their own world. Now, our world is very much real. I have to take a class. I have to focus. You are there to guide me technically. So, all this we know. We are living in a, assumed real world by us. But they too have an assumed real world. But our world and their world is completely different. But we are not able to accept them, because most of us, for us, this is the real world. So, bringing them to our world is essential for us to move in a smooth manner. Okay. So, here for them we have to use a lot. But one of their greatest strengths is they are visual learners. Okay. And then they are very much attached to gadgets. Then the thing is, once they learn a topic, then it will stay in their mind even after 20 years. That will not go away from them. So, they do have strength in them. Then intellectual disability, of course. Then children with cerebral palsy. All of them, depending on their need, you will have to use, the classroom must be set up in such a way. What are the classroom? First of all, if we have a child with autism, the child with autism depending upon the degree, that is whether it is severe, moderate or mild. Mild children with autism, and also the type of autism. There are 4 types of autism. Okay. So, those who really need is children with autism, pure autism. They are the ones who need special care.
Ma'am, please summarize your answer, ma'am.
Okay, what you need is the seating arrangement. First, you need the classroom should be, should not be overcrowded. It should be well ventilated, well lighted. For children with autism, if there are children with autism, the sound must be as much as should be very low. Okay, there should not be any disturbance other than any other outside disturbance. Then the child with autism need to be seated on, not in front, directly in front, but on the side of where the teacher can see. A child with hearing impaired need to be seated in the center, in the second row of the where the teacher can directly see. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, it's time for me to move on on to the keywords slide.
Okay, yeah,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
I'll put.
As usual, dear learners and viewers.
I have summarized the poem. Is it necessary?
Ma'am, we'll come back to you, ma'am.
Okay.
Can we have keywords, keyword slides on screen?
Yeah. It is mountains, passengers.
Yes, ma'am, please. As usual, dear learners, we have 3 keywords for this session. Our first keyword is mountains. Our second keyword is passengers. Third keyword is freight. Ma'am, you have homework for our learners and students. Please explain to them, ma'am.
Okay. Now, homework is draw picture of train passing near mountain, plains and rivers. Now, I showed you a picture where the trains are. The last picture, if you remember, it is passing through mountain, plains and rivers. Or with your imagination, you can draw on the side a mountain. You can draw beside the mountain, you can draw a river. Then of course you can have green, plain land and you can draw a train. All of you have forgot. There's one more thing you must remember, that trains move from one place to another through a railway track. Okay, there is a track.
Ma'am, you have modified homework as well?
Yes, then here there's another. Write a letter to your friend describing how you celebrated your Diwali this time. Okay. Answer the following question. Where do the trains run? What are the precious loads that they here means the trains carry? Okay. Modified homework is this. Now I have shown a picture here. Now a picture of a train. What is this train carrying? Now I have shown here a picture of passenger, parcel, mail and mail. Any out of these 3, what is this train carrying? Second question, match near which place is this train running? You can see here the train. Now here I have given 3 options. You must circle the option in which you have to match with the train, where the train is running where. Okay. Then circle the freight. I told you what is a freight train. Now here I have given you 3 types of train. Now so you must circle the freight trains. Okay.
Okay.
Now I have given you a picture. You can color this picture as per your wish and submit it. Okay.
Okay.
And format.
Let's come to the formats. Yes, ma'am. And dear learners and students, you have to send your homework in this format only. First, you have to write your name, then your class, then your school name and address, then expert's name, then date of the session and your photograph. That is completely optional. And you have to send your homework as well as feedback to our email address, that is dth.class3rd@ciat.nic.in. And it's time for me to wrap up this session. But ma'am, as we are running very short of time, in brief, we want to know what are the instructional strategies that we use for teaching learning process for children with special need, ma'am? In a very brief.
In instructions, teaching strategies, one is as I said, you can use a lot of audio video aids. Audio plus video aids. Okay. Then we can develop a software to help. By now this lesson.
Okay.
And then given to the children. One thing with the gadgets is, which is different from a human being. Each time that we put on the video or the same sentence comes out. Okay. When we speak, the sentence may go differently each time we say it. But the gadget should not do that. Okay. Then we can use lot of Venn diagrams. Okay. Then we can use simple highlighting text and highlight the important point. Then we can give, as you have already included here, modified homework. And also we can give modified lesson. We can modify the lesson for the child with diverse needs as per their need. Okay, we can cut short if the poem is about now for example,
Ma'am, in very brief, we are running very short of time. Can you please summarize this, ma'am?
Okay, summarize the point.
Ma'am, summarize what you were saying, ma'am. Instructional strategy.
We have to use a lot of what to say. See here, the most important thing for instructional teaching learning process is the creativity of the teacher.
Okay. Okay, fine, ma'am. Ma'am, we are running very short of time, and dear learners and viewers, it's time for me to wrap up this session, but let me thank our expert, Dr. Anita ma'am, for being with us and for your very interesting session, ma'am. Thank you so very much, ma'am.
Okay, thank you ma'am for giving me this opportunity, and thank you all the officials of NCERT, especially Renu ma'am, Bharati ma'am, Nipun sir, and all the others who technically guided me and enable me to take this section in a smooth and a comfortable manner. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, ma'am. So nice of you. And thank you so much, Jyoti, for being with us and for your the wonderful interpretation of this session. Dear learner, it's time for me to wrap up this session, but you stay tuned to PMeVIDYA channel and on our NCERT official YouTube channel. Me, Renu Bhatt, is taking your leave. Namaskar.